Okay, it's not giving me the option to spectate them.
Oh,
Dan,
nice. They're both just coming
I got
out.
it.
Yep.
I got it.
I got him.
All right, guys.
Hunter.
So we're kicking off our second game, and it looks like we've got a Hunter mirror, which Hunter. I know they get kind of a bad rap a lot on ladder, and I mean it is an interesting class. But I will say the mirror match is extremely volatile. Where any misstep can
wait. Are you implying that there is a lack of skill involved?
No, I never. I've said a lot of things.
I said a lot of things.
Don't provoke him, Hertz.
So
this is pretty nice. The Haunted Creeper is the ultimate answer to an explosive trap.
The Haunted Creeper is good here. However, the Mad Scientists are so critical in this play. And they're really the only silence targets. So if you have an owl, you want to silence it. Obviously, we see neither of them have owls. So this is going to be quite a tricky amount of plays. The other key component to dealing with traps in the mirror match is weapons. You want to trigger them with your weapon, then play your charge minion. And we can see neither of them have weapons. So this is
they're just going for it.
Situation. And Megan she really is channeling her inner hunter. And
absolutely. Well, BaumDeezy has the benefit of not needing to proc the Mad Scientist to play the trap.
Right. And so this is really an interesting matchup in that both players are trying to bluff the other into trading. You basically want to force one of them to start trading. You want to get them on their back foot, and once they start trading, you kind of get them in the defensive side, and then you get to attack. So BaumDeezy, I like this play a lot because as we saw, Scurvy was really trying to put the pressure on. BaumDeezy pops the trap and now gets to counter with her own pressure or with his own pressure. So if you're Scurvy here, am I supposed to call her Scurvy or Megan?
Scurvy is her
tag.
Her Team Hearth League.
Okay, so we'll go with Scurvy. Okay, so if you're Scurvy here, yeah, obviously you don't want to lose both your minions, but you do want to proc the trap. So,
I thought that was interesting right there.
I actually don't like this. Oh, this is an interesting play. It's tough again to tell.
Trap for trap.
Leaving the leper out there allows Baum to really easily proc it without losing chargers or whatever.
Exactly.
And so it can be a little tough. So Baum, as we see, Baum really is got the upper hand, and
he's
Baum
really in control right here.
Yeah, was able to get that one trap play into the charge minion was really a key decider. It's really a momentum-based match, and I think Baum's got the upper hand right now. The quick shot into the hero power. That's 2 hero power turns in a row. Really tough for Scurvy, as there's very little board development. However,
it's exactly as you were saying. It's she's on her back foot, but there's not a lot going on right now.
First for a counter swing. If Baum cannot close this game out quickly, if I'm Baum, I really like throwing down the animal companion and explosive trap. That's going to put a lot of pressure, no matter which animal companion it is. Leok would be the worst. And of course it's tougher because it's a hunter. So, and as you know, the text says randomly summon a huffer when you play animal. So the first weapon finally coming out. Megan with tons of bursts, but now she's so far behind, it's going to be really rough as she's at 11 health to turn this around. I would like to see, I think, and Unleash the Hounds into a Glaive Zuka here.
I agree.
But it's going to be rough because
she's still doing damage control. She's not.
Right. Baum can easily end this game, but doesn't draw into a ton of damage. And basically, when you're at 11 health, Negan's basically got 1 turn to close this out. And I don't know if she'll be able to turn it around. So she's going to go down to, what is that, 3 health next turn?
Mm-hmm. She can do 8 at most. 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's not gonna be enough.
Yeah, and so this is a quick.
Oh, now even less.
Well, that was an interesting play, actually. I guess Baum might actually need to top deck into lethal here, or actually needs to top deck into lethal.
He does,
because, and if Megan plays this conservatively enough, she doesn't need to. If I'm her, I just Wolf Rider into kill command. You don't actually need the kill command to go on an animal, and because it's gonna end in one turn, you just want to get that burst, set yourself up for lethal next turn with Leroy, and your hero power. So, and I think she sees that, or no. I mean, she has overkill now, and so now Baum is on he's looking for lethal. He finds it, and that's the game. but
there it is.
That's how violent. It's really it's a very shaky matchup. It's obviously very quick, and it's funny because I think of all the matchups with Hunter, it's the one that requires the most. Ironically, requires the most amount of thought, and you really honestly have to consider 2 or 3 turns and ahead in terms of where you're going to be with damage. And for instance, like whether or not it's efficacious to use your your kill command without an animal up. Anyway, so a quick game in the mirror match goes to BaumDeezy. And let's see. So we've got. Oh, I pulled the wrong tab. Oh, right. They have all the same classes except for the warrior, the warlock, and the warrior difference, right?
Sorry, one moment. I've got some business to attend to.
Okay. So yeah, BaumDeezy has the warlock, the druid hunter mage warlock, and Scurvy has the druid hunter paladin mage. So the paladin and the warlock being the two differentiating classes. So we're waiting for them to start the next one. You just won if you're Baum. What let's see, what class would you want to go to next? Knocking out the hunter went first. Druid, mage, and warlock are all very dependable classes. He just brought a very strong lineup, so not a lot of bad matchups. I guess if you're worried about her bringing back the hunter, you probably don't want to bring the druid. So maybe bring a mage, like a mech mage would be an excellent bring, I think, against. I think a mech mage would be a great bring. If it's Zoo would probably be a good bring too. Zoo can win against Hunter. It's a little close, but we'll see how they which class end up going with. Did you load in? Are you still?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay, I think I got stuck in a loop or something.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on one side.
I wonder if one of them liked that.
Baum,
Actually,
so.
I think I need to quit the client. All right, hold on.
Yeah. All right, so.
Oh no, never mind. I'm good.
Oh, okay, excellent.
Oh, this is just a classic paladin.
Yeah.
No dragons?
Not that I'm seeing.
Oh. Still possible. Dragon could play Lotheb.
Yeah, so Jedi, of course, is the Paladin Master. He's our Paladin Specialist with us tonight.
Well, one of the cards I always hate to see as a Paladin is the early Voidwalker, because at 3 health is just so difficult for Paladin to take care of.
Right.
And
Although the Knife Juggler top deck is a great one to see right before that muster.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great top deck. Doesn't opt to use it. Okay.
That's probably a good decision. That dies pretty cheaply.
It just goes straight. Okay. That's so again, I'm not a good Paladin player, so I would have just thrown it out there, got it killed, and then cheat it probably. So BaumDeezy, the Zoo doing what Zoo does, not trading with the two.
No, he's not doing what Zoo does.
Yeah.
That's
doing
not
the express
what Zoo
opposite.
Does. That's very aggressive, and some zoos
I think he'll
play.
be punished.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he'll get punished pretty hard.
Yikes.
Leaving that, that's a mini bot is one of the best minions in the game, and not trading your 1 mana minion for it, I think is a little greedy. But he does have the Hellfire. So I guess he's...
That might have been his thought. He might have been purposely trying to draw it out.
But he almost has to use it now. I mean, how much?
Well,
Right.
I don't know if
he's got one more turn. He could drop the egg now.
I would tap, I would egg, I would go face, and then I would Hellfire everything next turn.
But he's got to do it next turn for the threat of the Quartermaster.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And I mean, and he's gonna take, 5 damage from this board, and it looks like the Hellfire's this turn. I guess he just doesn't want to deal with that board, and honestly, so that good start from Baum. Interesting plays coming. So Megan's gonna knock off one of these 1/1s, but she doesn't have.
I would do the juggler first.
Right, and then go for the snipe. And 66
Nice.
gets it, and that's a clear board against Zoo on turn 4. That is what you want to see as a paladin.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to do right now.
And her hand is.
I guess you can implode.
Yeah, definitely implode.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I think the implosion is probably a good play here. Baum may be just trying to develop a little stronger minions. Maybe playing around Consecrate. Baum may just be very concerned about Consecrate as well.
Right, so to implode without the egg insurance.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
the egg. So this is very conservative play. I guess Baum's gonna slow it down a little bit. You see an owl, a golden owl.
And there's just a peasant owl.
This is the battle of the owl, and there's common peasant owl. And if I'm Megan here, I think I like Lotheb a lot. I think you've got
too.
Absolutely.
I think it's way too slow to play the owl. I saw her look at it when it first came out. But
you're only concerned then about an abusive sergeant, because if you do Lotheb, I guess they can still spend the whole turn on a power overwhelming.
Right. I think what she's considering is popping the egg and killing it with a True Silver, which is not actually that bad of a play. I think it's actually a fine play.
I think it's totally fine.
But plays perfectly on your curve. I don't think you can let pass that up.
Yep.
And Lotheb
She
again,
seems to agree.
not that strong against Zoo in particular, but that Zoo hand is pretty awkward, and that implosion will get denied.
I'm always tempted to save owls against Warlock for the threat of the Void Caller.
Yeah.
I would much rather see a 4/4 than a free Mal'Ganis.
Right. I think it's a very conservative play. She's just nailing down board control. Again, it's a tough call. We can see BaumDeezy's hand.
Right.
We can see that he doesn't have an explosive hand. But when you're in that tight situation, it can be difficult to judge.
He needs a big roll here.
He's alright, and the Hunter Creeper, that's gonna give him more board. I think Baum's very scared of Consecration.
So now we're back to another awkward mana turn. And we didn't get our Lotheb benefit. Although we know they don't have an implosion, so that's nice. When considering whether to play Lotheb.
So BaumDeezy really, really going after board. Here comes Lotheb, off curve a little bit, but still a huge board presence. That was Scurvy rather. I'm sorry. BaumDeezy's in a bit of a predicament. They're at essentially same life totals. That Defender of Argus could be really nice coming down right here. Just sort of
getting hands out of the hand. Interesting.
Agree with this play.
That is gonna hurt when Tyrion comes down.
That's the most consecratable board I've ever seen. I mean, that is, but not punished. So Scurvy now is gonna have to respond. I think we will see an Aldor into a True Silver here.
I'd still call that a punish.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess so.
Aldor is pretty deflating.
Well, and Zoo has no way to deal with Tyrion once the owl's gone.
Right. That's a great point. That is a great point.
No one has a way to deal with Tyrion once the owl's gone.
So Scurvy, just making sure that this is indeed the best play.
Yeah.
I think
That's smart. Yep, that's a smart move.
That must be about protecting life total.
It seems unnecessary at this point.
It does.
Because now you can now he's left with the body on the board, and especially against Zoo. Obviously, I look brilliant now, but I was gonna say you have power overwhelming to worry about. So with Zoo, it's nice to just have nothing on the board.
In a way, though, it's playing around. Wow. In a way, it's playing around Mal'Ganis, though. You want to just keep removing demons so they don't get buffed.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, I was watching Clento play Strife Crow before this, or earlier this afternoon, and Strife Crow did a very similar play where he played around Mal'Ganis. You just kind of want to keep removing those demons, and a free Doom Guard when it doesn't discard anything is incredible. And this is a lot of pressure for Megan. Tyrion's gonna come down.
Tyrion does
really shut down this advance from the Doom Guard, but a lucky juggle here. So what do we want to see if you're tapping for BaumDeezy? What are you looking for? Not that. That is not what you're looking for. And that she just gave him
That's lethal on board.
Why? Or he just gave her lethal, rather.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flame Imp is one. It's the best card to see in turn 1 and the worst card to see in turn 9.
Yeah.
So that was an odd match that kind of seesawed back and forth. I think BaumDeezy played a little conservative, and Megan actually played, or I'm sorry, Scurvy played pretty conservative as well. Obviously, the Paladin is gonna have better legs in the long game, and it seemed to go that way. Although it's still a pretty tight game, and well played by both. So we've got the series is at 1-1. Scurvy has got a win with her Paladin, and BaumDeezy has a win with his Hunter. And BaumDeezy elects to go with Druid, and Scurvy with what looks to be a Tempo Mage. This is extremely favored towards the Tempo Mage. It is quite possibly the worst matchup or one of the worst matchups for Druid, although we do see that Kazan, which will make life way easier for Baum.
Mm-hmm.
And the Wild Growth and a Rat. That hand is pretty fantastic going up against Mage. If you're Scurvy, you're really looking for those early Mana Worms. The Flame Cannon's pretty good. Zombie Chow. Really just want to, obviously it's called Tempo Mage, so you just play Tempo. You just want to play on curve. Keeper of the Grove, a great draw. Baum has about as good a hand as he can ask for in this matchup. And the Savage Warrior joining the party and not at all welcome. So yeah, the Wild Growth putting that turn 4. The Flame Walker is such a strong addition to Tempo Mage. I think this is going to be a really good game. Both, Scurvy obviously favored, but Baum with the perfect responses in hand. So, playing on curve. So here, turn 4, I think if you're Baum here, you just pop. The thing here is it's a little interesting. If you play the Druid, the Keeper of the Grove, and kill the Mad Scientist, the Keeper will proc it if it's a mirror entity. And you kind of want that secret up for the Kazan.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
it's a little awkward. And I think that's what Baum's struggling with right here. If I'm Baum, I think...
You also don't want to silence it.
Right, so you could go with like a Wrath play
Hero
here.
Power?
Yeah, I like that play. But, Baum is just in a great position to deal with this board with his entire hand. So, any play here is probably going to be okay. Even copying the Keeper of the Grove, that there's going to be more than one secret. So that Kazan is absolutely going to get value. So I wouldn't be too concerned to lose it, and especially to a Keeper, because it's one of the weaker minions in the Druid. But if I'm him, I'm just wrathing that and hero powering face. And I think that's what he's gonna, yep, it looks like that's what he's gonna go with. And that's gonna make the Kazan pretty debilitating next turn. And that's gonna be great because he's, interesting.
I would, why not Wrath for 1 on the Scientist?
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought was gonna happen. But you know, it's Baum obviously not feeling pressured by this Zombie Chow because the Zombie Chow will replenish his health.
Right.
So right now Scurvy's about to get totally blown. Oh wow,
that makes sense. That guy can run absolutely rampant.
Absolutely.
Yes. I honestly,
and again, you're in no rush because you've got 5 health coming, and the secret's not going anywhere until you decide to steal it.
Right. That's a fair play. Oh wow. Oh my gosh. So Scurvy, well played, Scurvy. Don't do it. Coined out the Azure. Scurvy thinks this is a useless card, and probably will play it on curve, and that would be a correct play. But that card actually, if she coins, this is going to be incredible. I've actually never seen because oh my god, double Kazan. I guess this is really teched against Hunter, and since Baum already has his Hunter out of the way, and Baum also brought a mage, so Scurvy bring the mage, and right now Scurvy's got to be so happy to see those otherwise useless Kazans, and BaumDeezy right now having a chuckle himself. He's about to get blindsided by the classic.
This is gonna be rough.
The classic steal back play. And without hesitation. So if I'm Scurvy here, I probably wouldn't have done it this turn.
I would have flame cannoned.
Yeah, I think I would have flame cannoned as well.
Let him get excited.
Right, and it gives them a little. But the other reason is you don't want to trade your Azure Drake into this Kazan.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah, it seems a little overexcited.
Yeah, I think Scurvy just got and as she should be. I mean, that's a great
absolutely
that's a great play. And it's really fun to see that happen, but maybe just a little overeager. So it's turn 7 as Baum has gotten his wild growth, and Baum obviously cannot play the Dr. Doom on curve because of the secret, and elects to drop the Keep of the Grove, which seems to be a good play. This is a huge tempo kill for him though, as obviously a turn 7 Dr. Boom is pretty much the best play in Hearthstone. So Scurvy right now can really start to progress her board. I think the Shredder into Flame Cannon would be just fantastic. But Flame Cannon can get really good value against Druids. You know, a Flame Cannon ping against Sludge Belchers, or even against...
Yeah, but I mean...
You don't want to hit.
Yeah, that's a little greedy. Oh, nope, but she is going to sit on it.
So this play actually seems... I value, and I play a lot of mage. I almost got a golden mage. I value Frostbolt over Flame Cannon because it can go face.
Because you get to pick.
It freezes things, and you get to pick. So I disagree with that play, and this is where you'd probably want a Frostbolt.
Because now this is the exact problem with Flame Cannon, because it's not really of any use to you against Boombots. Although, obviously, they could just wipe the Boombots exactly and then double Flame Cannon.
Yeah,
I'd hit face with the 2/4 attacks.
I wonder.
Clear one bot with the 2/2,
and then
the other one, and then double Flame Cannon.
I would drop the Sorcerer's Apprentice also. Well, maybe you don't need to. That might just be a waste of time.
I actually like this play a lot more. This is very greedy to attack that before, and she doesn't get punished.
Oh.
Very greedy. I trade that 4/1 in, and I play Dr. Boom. I like her. I really like this play if she does go with Dr. Boom. It looks like she wants to, and I really like this. I think you have to assert pressure, but she's very conflicted. So instead, she plays very defensively. This is a fine play. not playing the Sorcerer's Apprentice really doesn't matter. Not playing it first. Again, I think that was a little defensive. I would have liked to just sort of trade in and play Dr. Boom. But, BaumDeezy, you know, she's still, I think, and that's a pretty decent top deck. Now, see, now you've got to start dealing with the Druid board, like, you know, out of hand instead of having that powerful Dr. Boom on the board, and that's why I like trading in a little more. So the Mad Scientist, actually one of the greatest things to come out, as that's going to be great value.
Big deal
for Scurvy, and I'm sure if you're Baum, you're not happy to see that. And Scurvy right now trying to juggle whether she wants to sacrifice her Sorcerer's Apprentice and get the discounted spells, or get the guaranteed flame cannon. And now she elects to go with the Dr. Boom. So interesting.
I don't know if the cheaper flame cannon was even the wrong call, regardless.
Yeah.
Although I guess if you want to sit on the flame cannon in case you're worried about a shade, although it's so late in the game that the shade is not as big a threat.
Not as big a threat. And yeah, I mean, we'll see. BaumDeezy is at 17. She has a fireball in the hand, so wanting to sit on the fireball, I think, is a pretty good idea. This is going to put pressure on the Druid, and the Druid's going to have to trade, or not even. We'll have to hit the Dr. Boom with that Cenarius, which is, you know, that's sacrificing a Savage Roar. Mm-hmm. It's really inefficient use of mana in terms of the turn. So Megan, I think, definitely keeping the Druid on the back foot here is great. She'll easily be able to ping off that 4-1, Flame Cannon off the 4-4, and continue to build her board. Baum's gonna pop this secret, and she gets Mirror Entity. I know. Oh wow! So almost lethal now. And if this this Baum, you know, I think what you do here is you run the 1/1 in. Actually,
you could have lethal.
Well, yeah, I guess you want to see to get lethal here, and then I guess you're gonna ping and run this in. Again, lethal could potentially happen if she hits with a 4 here to face. 25% chance
this turn.
Not even close.
The light does not disguise.
Oh, right, she was pinging, so she couldn't have gotten lethal. Alright, so, again, clear board with the Mirror Entity up. Baum has nothing he wants Mirror Entitied. Anything he plays at this point will give Scurvy lethal, including that shade. So this game is...
The only thing that can keep this game going another turn is healing with the lore. Well, no. No,
healing with the lore, no, won't do it because
you're giving him 5 attack. Yeah. Heal 5 damage. Give your opponent a 5 attack charge.
So the shade is, I think, the correct play, but as we see, it won't help, and Scurvy's gonna easily. Actually,
might as well. Yeah, that actually did it.
7. No, it didn't. It's still lethal. But almost. And Baum's playing very conservatively, but yeah, you know, both fireballs is pretty tough to play around. So Scurvy now on a little bit of a win streak, going up 2-1. Again, the Tempo Mage just such a good matchup for it against Druid. Baum still has the Zoo, which was unsuccessful against the Paladin, and the Druid, which just barely lost to that Tempo Mage. Even though, I mean, honestly, I've seen Tempo Mages tear apart Druid. So Baum really sticking it out. The Kazan was great tech and played very well. However,
how about the double Kazan within the Tempo Mage?
the double Kazan in Scurvy. And I really have to commend Scurvy's forethought, because I know that Tempo Mage doesn't play double Kazan. In fact, a lot of the lists don't play any Kazan. And I think she teched it out for the matchup, for the THL matchup, and that's a really good idea. Looking at what your opponent's bringing and bringing specific cards to tech against them. That forethought really paid off in her case. And Baum may have done the same with that Kazan edition. So really great preparation out of these two players. So
we haven't seen anyone's Hunter yet.
Oh no, we saw the Hunter
we did.
here.
Sorry, excuse me. We opened with Hunters.
Yep.
So what's left? We got a Paladin and a...
Oh, no, the Paladin's out.
Druid on Scurvy. We haven't seen Scurvy's Druid.
We haven't seen Scurvy's Druid. So Scurvy looking for the kill now. She's got 2 wins.
Oh, we did see Paladin. Excuse me.
She has her Hunter and her Druid. And
right.
Baum has Zoo and Druid and Mage.
Right.
So, considering she's going to be Druid or Hunter, I would like to bring Mage if I was him. And that's what he does. And if this is Mech Mage generally can actually pull out wins. Oh, it's Tempo Mage.
It's Tempo Mage.
And there's a Kazan. And yeah, that's what you want to see when you play against a Hunter. You always keep the Kazan. He knows this is face. And he's got a fairly good hand. The Fireball's a little slow. The Flame Cannon might not be that great either. I think if you're a Tempo Mage, you definitely want to see that Mad Scientist and that Kazan, though. So you can't be too sad with that.
I don't know that I'd say the Flame Cannon isn't good. That could be great against a Misha or something.
That's fair. That's a totally fair point. If a Misha or Leok, yeah, a Flame Cannon would be great. That's a very
or a Huffer even. Just any.
Or even a Huffer, yeah.
Just kill it.
I mean, it isn't the worst. And in fact, even a coined Flame Cannon here wouldn't...
Like right now? Yeah, would not be the worst thing.
That kills this. Again, that's a little conservative. Maybe coin out the Mad Scientist. I definitely think you should coin something. And opts not to. Against a Face Hunter, I think you really want to just... see, now you don't have a way to... Now you're really just...
All you can do is ping.
Yeah, you have to ping. There's no choice here. If you play the Mad Scientist, they're going to get 4 damage. It's too slow. If you play the Flame Cannon, it's as good as pinging. The Unstable Portal, I'm not very familiar with, so I can't really say if that's a good... But it just seems a little slow if you get something that's big. So the ping comes down. Bomb may be... Even that not coin play might really put Baum on his back feet as we see Scurvy just go to town. That's 7 damage on turn 3.
So if Baum had played the Mad Scientist on turn 2, he could have coined out the... he could have killed the opponent's Mad Scientist and coined out the Mystic.
Right.
And the Explosive Trap is so effective against Face Hunter.
So we're going to see... It's extremely effective, as we talked about in the mirror match. It's huge. And so Baum's setting up the Kazan play for this turn. I think that Scurvy's hand is so bad that Baum actually could get a chance back in here. If I'm Scurvy, you still don't... Oh, she saw the Flame Cannon, so she knows it's Tempo. Okay. So she knows it's not Mech. She knows it's not Freeze. So if I'm Scurvy, I think you probably... I mean, Owl's an interesting play, because Tempo usually plays Sludge Belchers, which are just the death of a Hunter without the Owl. So if I'm Scurvy here, I'm a little sad to Owl here, but I guess it's an alright play. And then the Hero Power, that makes sense. And then obviously sitting on the bow, because she believes she's going to get, get some value off the trap. BaumDeezy about to give her a rude awakening with this Kazan. And
big time.
Yeah, that Kazan's just... it's just such a good tech card when it's in a matchup that has secrets, and it's just such a terrible card when it's not.
Such a terrible card when it's not.
Yeah, so it's just, you see it around. And right now, Scurvy is...
Honestly, I'm a little surprised they didn't make it a legend that was of reasonable value at all times. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like a 4/4.
honestly, I'm just extremely happy.
Like a
that
4/4 for 4 legend, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm extremely happy that they just created the card, because prior to
Right.
I'll tell you, those hunter traps were unbearable. Anyway, so I don't know how I feel about, because Megan's play there. You know, you want the traps to be proc. You kind of want that Kazan to hit face, because you can't play this arcane. You know, like you
Right.
have to. It's just an awkward spot. So now
That's
she has
great.
to,
That's exactly what BaumDeezy wants to see. So now
Right.
the weapon's gone.
and now that Lothep's going to be able to have free reign. Let's just say, the thing is though, the face hunter though, without taunts, the face hunter will absolutely kill you. Like,
He just does damage. Exactly.
right, even just a terrible game for face hunter can go that's why it's just such a popular deck against almost any opponent. It can just pull wins out because every card is just damage. So Baum's going to start digging here for something, and Stone Splitter's not it.
No.
I think Baum.
I think he's
really
considering the fireball on the 4/2.
right. I think Baum really doesn't want to run the Lotheb in, because Baum wants that damage on face.
Face. Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, if you're Baum here, he's got the trap up, and that's guaranteed 2 damage to the face. So you're at 10 health essentially, and that's you've got to start.
So now he's got license to just.
I really would like to see the counterspell played here too.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Boy, those are
I really like counterspell, because what
right.
my idea there is, you can throw those 2/0/0s out. Granted, we could see Scurvy's hand, but
Right, but you can safely be.
you're safe around.
Although, of course, you can never anticipate someone's got 2 copies of something, especially when they have 2 cards in their hand.
Right. So we're gonna see 1 unleash here, I think, and that's a great sequencing. Get this extra dog here, and I would kill off the Lotheb with 1, and then the rest is just face.
Just face.
And that's exactly what Scurvy does, and she's getting closer and closer, and man, at this point, with that trap up, your BaumDeezy, you're looking at 28 health on the hunter, you're starting to get pretty sad.
Think about how, if it had been counterspell, how great Rag would be.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Rag is the ultimate answer to hunter traps, because you don't have to do anything.
Absolutely.
You just let Rag drop bombs. But this is I
wonder.
This is looking really grim for Baum.
So what do you think you do here? Do you play that? You just go for the rag?
Yeah, you go for the Rag, hope it hits face, and of course, the one time you want Rag to Dennis, he doesn't. Although Baum doesn't have lethal. 5, 7, yeah, 1 off lethal. It's guaranteed, essentially, with the trap and next turn. But unfortunately, unable to get it. Hunter's just such a.
Now, it's not. They've got the hero power. I was gonna say worth noting is that we did see them. We did see a mulligan of a flame strike earlier, but
Well, the leper gnome.
yeah,
Still, it's all bad. Hunters are so depressing to play against, and we're gonna see the very classy fireball to the leper gnome, and that's gonna be Scurvy coming back from the initial first loss in the mirror match to win 3-1 over BaumDeezy.
Yeah.
So really great play from both players. I really like the preparation, the inclusion of the Kazans. It's great to see. It's great to see that much forethought. As you see, it's what changes the game. You know, those Kazans.
Although in this case, the Kazan didn't really actually change much in favor of the mage in this case.
Why not make an inspirational speech?
I know. I'm getting that. I'm just. I'm just trying to make a better one.
So that puts rank 5 and Entropy up to early leads going into week 4.
Yeah, so let's look at the teams right now.
Wow, someone got a seriously commanding 3-0 win.
Are you
Look at
mocking
that.
me?
I know. I think word got out of your, some would say, fluke last week, and perhaps people just weren't up for it this time. Maybe he attributed it to actual skill.
Yeah. So that was a really big match that we saw just between Scurvy and BaumDeezy, because Aguila and rank 5 are currently tied.
Yeah, they are. That
wow.
was huge for the rankings, and that's a really important spot because that's right on the bubble. They're fighting for 3rd place, and you don't want to be in that 4th place spot. Or wait, are they fighting? They're fighting for.
Yeah, they are. Fourth place gets you into the tournament.
Yeah, and so you want to get into that gold bracket. You want to. That's a very critical spot. So Scurvy coming up huge for her team.
That's really that's interesting. That's generally good for rank 5 overall, since they're the PR on each of their their PR is significantly lower as a team versus Aguila.
Yeah, right. And looking at Scurvy's record, it looks like she's probably a little bit undervalued in PR. So that's a good.
Looking at her play, I was
Oh wow, she's only 3. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan, that's
Yeah, I couldn't beat that. I don't know.
That's what you're going
what
after.
Am I? I'm
that's
4.
That's what you're gonna have to play in the gold bracket. So yeah, looking at these teams, we're getting mid-season, or actually we're starting to get towards the end of the season.
Well, of the regular season, this is this week and next week, and then after that we go into the playoffs.
So teams are starting to really, the competition's heating up. You want to make sure you secure a top spot in the top 4 teams. Clinch your gold seeding. Again, it matters where you end up. The first place teams will have a little bit easier time in the beginning of the playoffs. So it's good. These are really important matches. And then going back to the Eden match, the Eden over